Hi everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. Today is July 17th, 2014. I'm going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our biases, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts here. We had some opportunities that propped up, and I made some calls. If you're not a part of Tribe Forex yet, which I don't think that you quite are, then you'd see our trade calls. So today I made a buy bias for July 16th, actually yesterday. I made a buy bias call, buying at 135.20. We're still at 135.20 today. 89.98 was a sell on the dollar Swiss, and that worked out. That made some money. Okay, 30 pips. What else did I have? We had the dollar yen sell bias at market. Okay, and that was at 101. That was at the open. And that was at 101.66. And you can see that price dropped to 101.40. So that was a 50 pip gain on the day. Big time profits. Aussie dollar was a buy at 0.9353. Pound yen was a sell at 174.70 or wherever. So it was a sell bias, buy bias on the Aussie dollar, sell bias on the pound yen, buy bias on the New Zealand dollar. So buy on the New Zealand, buy on the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar, and a sell on the dollar CAD. So let's see how those worked out as well. Aussie dollar actually sold off. So it actually bought, so it did buy. It bought from the open at 93.65 up to 93.90. Now, we usually try to get 20 pips out of that on the first position before we move it to break even, and that would have gotten you enough. So yeah, you could have made money on this trade per se. But it hit this upper area and then came back down. And so, you could have called that one way or the other. The New Zealand dollar was definitely a sell. It just sold off here. And let me see really where this was. Trend line was 87.10, close was 87.08. So yeah, that was actually predictable that we were going to have that kind of a result. And yeah, price just dropped on the New Zealand dollar, and the pound yen was a sell as well. And we had a massive sell on the pound dollar. If you sold it open 174.24, it went down to 172.94. That's 130 pip gain. So our calls were good. I didn't have a call on the euro yet. Okay, so our calls were excellent actually for the most part. Most of them won. The losing trade would have been the Aussie dollar, would have been the New Zealand dollar, sorry, which was also a buy, which did not buy. It sold, and I can see why here. So just looking at this, guys, our trade calls are pretty good. The euro dollar, we said buy at 135.20. Price moved up to 135.39. We're kind of still hanging out in that trade, so we'll see what happens with it. Okay, we have a doji there, so it may bode well for a buy. We'll see what happens. It could easily sell off as well. The dollar Swiss, so we're going to look for a buy still on the euro dollar. The dollar Swiss, guys, is kind of hanging out right on the trend line, so it could, play. This is definitely what I would call a consolidation bias. So I'm going to look for a price to sell off of 89.90. So about 89.90, 89.88 is where I would look for a sell off of that area. Okay. We are kind of in an apex, so we could see price actually continue to move here, but we'll see. So 89.90 for a sell on the dollar Swiss. Pound dollar sold off. Had a sell on the pound dollar here. Did not reach its 71.93 that we were looking for it to sell at. But it did move down. It's still moving in consolidation. So I think it can sell from here down to 70.66. So it's about 30 pips. And then we can look for a bounce and potentially move back up. We have CAD news and US dollar news tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. The dollar yen looks like it's going to continue to sell. So basically I'm looking for a sell off of 101.28. The Aussie dollar, it looks good for a sell-off of 93.50. All right, so if you got into a trade, and I said buy off of 93.50 yesterday, if we got down there, so we're at the top here, there's a good opportunity to buy all the way up. We got down to 93.50. We're currently sitting at 93.50 levels. All right, so now it's a good time to get out. You wouldn't have lost anything really, really nominal loss, and then get in on the other side. Potentially, I think there's an opportunity for a sell here right at 93.50. So we'll see what happens here on this Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar have traded very weird, if you will, if I'm allowed to say that. So we have the 50 EMA. We're below the 50 EMA, 86.73. I'm going to look for a sell-off of 86.73 right at current levels, down to about 86.36 at least. Pound yen, I'm going to be looking for... Yeah, I'm going to look for a buy here off of this area of support and resistance, which we're right at. All right, so the area of support and resistance is at 173.00. The 50 MA is also right here. We closed above the 50 MA, 172.86. I'm going to look for a buy. I'm going to look for it to buy off of this and move back up here, back up. So from 172.86 maybe to 173.30 is what I'm going to look for. So I'm looking for a buy on the pound yen, and the euro yen, also looking for the same thing. We are at levels that we could buy off of, 136.69. We could definitely see price move back up here on this euro yen. Having said that, let me take a look again on the dollar yen. Yeah, dollar yen can get down to 192. We'll have to wait and see what price does from here. But yeah, there's an opportunity there. And guys, that's about it. Those are my calls. So once again, I've got a buy bias because of the doji right on the area of support and resistance on the euro dollar. Okay, 135.20. Dollar Swiss, I'm going to look for consolidation play, sell off of 89.92. Pound dollar, I'm going to look for a buy off of 170.68 and a sell off of 171. Let's see, 172.00 or 171.90. Dollar yen, I'm looking for a sell. Right now, I'm looking for a sell off of 101.28 and potentially a buy off of 192.92. And Aussie dollar, I'm looking for a sell off of 93.50. New Zealand dollar, a sell off of 86.73. And pound yen, looking for a buy off of these levels, 173.00. Euro yen, looking for a buy off of 136.69. All right, and with that, guys, those are my calls. Happy trading. Good luck to you. Leave comments. Tell us what you think. All the best. Bye-bye.